Let's talk about who you are as a police officer. First of all, who is a police officer? Educate us.
A police officer is a parent. A police officer is an uncle. A police officer is a friend. A police officer is a member of your community. However, the police officer evolves to becoming an officer that ensures the protection of life and property. Just like you're an entertainer, a known entertainer. You are not born an entertainer. You may have the what they call innate qualities.
Potentials.
See the way he talks, this guy is likely to be a good entertainer, But in policing, one, you have to have interest. Like I've told you, I gave you a background.
Yes.
My father was a banker, CBN controller. But I said, no, there are two things I want to do. It's either be a journalist. I went to Nigerian Institute of Journalism.
You sound like one.
Yes, I practiced journalism for a while.
Wow.
Waiting for enlistment into Nigerian police. So a police officer has a responsibility, a career, of course. When you say protection of life and property, it's everyone's responsibility.
Yes.
It's not just for the police.
Yes.
But within this society, just like prayers, everyone prays.
Yes.
Either traditionally or otherwise. But then you have pastors who are trained.
Constitutional authorities.
They are trained in the divine art of providing
spiritual guidance.
Yes, life and property.
Yes.
Just like medical doctor. Everyone is a medical doctor. If anything, if pepper enters someone eye now, you see somebody who just, lick salt, use the hand, you see some form of relief.
First aid.
Yes. However, you still have people who go into it as a career. That is the difference between President Commissioner of Police. I am very deliberate about my job, intentional about my job, proud of being a police officer. Even if 100 years to come, if I die and wake up, I'll be a police officer.
Ọ bụrụ na ị chọrọ igwe anaghị ajụ ga-arụ oyi, nwanne jebe na Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited.
At what point did you choose police and what did you see? What ignited the passion?
Nothing. Just like, growing up, I told you, we grew up in the Civil War era. You are discussing with your grandmom. A lot of grandmothers these days, grandchildren do not enjoy things from grandmothers. And, even their parents, they don't. We were very, very close to our grandparents. And there was no TV. There was no TV to distract you. There was no television to distract you. There was no too much. You may have peer group influence, but the greatest influence to someone, because there are no special rooms. We do not grow up having this is my room, this is my bed space. You have to wait until all the visitors that come to see grandma or grandpa goes back home, then you use mat. So you are going to the farm, you are listening to. How many children follow their grandmothers, parents to farm anymore? No. Farming is now seen as a poor man. But that was a culture. And you are going to the farm, your grandparents are discussing with you. You are going to fish, that they are discussing. They tell you stories. I bet you, even some of these, our young men in the studio here, if you ask them now, what is your grandfather's name? They'll be confused that they do not know. And that's the truth.
What's your grandfather's name?
Lawrence.
Lawrence what? Lawrence what? Huh?
He may be
From
lying.
which family?
Don't mind him. Okay, answer.
From which family? Oh, okay. So that is, so we grew up in an era where you are tied, you belong to the roots. You understand? Once they see you, they say, "Oh, this Peking, you be so Peking." They begin because your mannerism, everything. But it's just we don't even. There are no values for relationship. Though we grew up in an environment where, if my grandmother is sending me to go and fetch water from the stream, pond, of course there were no taps. Taps were there, but in cities, maybe in Nuga and all that. My grandmother would say, "Okay, go and fetch me water." As you are going to fetch water, another person that you do not even, you just know her as part of community, you say, "My son, come, go and buy me taba, snuff," and you will drop that bucket message. You will attend to that what they call it, to buy that snuff for the neighbor or the distant neighbor and all that before you come back to your house. And when you get back, your grandmother will ask you, "Why did you come late?" "Oh, that auntie in so place sent me to buy me snuff." And that's all. These days, it is that the mother that will begin to grow. Why should they send you? Yeah, blah, blah. What are you creating? You are creating a sense of protest. In our days, my grandmother, my mom, if I misbehave in the house and she's finding it difficult to punish me, to deal with me, she will go to school, inform the teacher. The teacher will wait for me to come when I get to the school. Without telling me, say, "Ikeyoru to go." "Sir, you come out." They will tell you to go and plug. In fact, the cane with which you will be flogged, you will provide it. It's not like they are coming with it.
Yes.
You go, you bring.
Get it yourself.
Yes. And you come home, and your grandmother will ask you, "Sir, why you seated that way? Why is it? That teacher, I didn't know what I did to him." Sorry. These days, children will misbehave in class. Parents will leave their house, go to the school, and sometimes
One the teachers.
only one fight.
Yes.
So what kind of society are we producing? We are producing a protest generation. Protest generation. And the values, the traditional values of community engagement, dying gradually.
You see the beauty of these programs, CP. A lot of people, they see police officers as people that are maybe in another world.
Ignorant people.
Yes.
Not a lot of...
ignorant people.
Very good, better.
Yes. Because, but look at you now. We're listening to a father talking, somebody that had a different background. If you came here now and we just jump into security, people will not get this knowledge that you're passing now. They are now seeing you as, an uncle, a father. So that's why I was
a grandfather. I have 7 grandchildren.
You see? Tell us, what do you think is happening to the young people at the expense of not passing through some of these experiences now? Because with this, wisdom can be passed from grandmother to grandson. What are the outcome in the life of young people? And then you are going to say that this is part of the reason. What do you think is happening in the young people's life now because of not being close to our grandparents, communal living, the way you guys used to do then?
A lot. In fact, I pity them. There is this street slang going through a lot. Our children are going through a lot. Our young girls are going through a lot because it's unfortunate. Somebody will visit you and may not be able to prepare egusi. Their life revolves around, Indomie. And yes, I keep telling people in my house, the greatest law in my house is to talk about Indomie. You don't talk about Indomie. You dare not talk about Indomie. It's a taboo. It's forbidden to even not to talk about eating Indomie. How now? From where? It's better we drink Gary. We grew up drinking Gary with palm kernel sometimes, with coconut. And today, by the grace of God, I've gone around the whole world. I go to the best hotels in the world by the grace of God. You know, so it did not that I grew up in a harsh environment. You know, I don't know if you have heard this analogy or this story about butterfly. You know, the butterfly came out as a form of pupa. You know, egg from the egg.
Yes.
To pupa.
Caterpillar.
You know, caterpillar. You know, the butterfly was from the egg. It was struggling to come out. And there are two instances. Number one, butterfly one, the parent assisted the butterfly to make him find it easy, or to make it find it easy to come out from the egg, to hatch itself. Butterfly two, the parent butterfly was watching, saw the baby struggling to hatch. Eventually, it came out and started flying. 2 days later, there was problem with the first butterfly that was assisted by the parent, because in the process of trying to show love, care, and whatever
Pamper.
to the pamper, it has broken one of its wings, because it didn't go through a natural
Process.
So they are going through, they think, and that's why you have a lot of abuses. A lot. Go to the social media now. A lot of, I'm telling you the truth, that you are even seen standing with a woman it's a cause for punishment.
Back in the days.
About these days, you know, I'm telling you the truth. I used to tell people, even when at the time I finished secondary school, for me to get a new shirt, if I buy a new shirt, maybe from doing labor job and all that, I will have to keep the shirt in a friend's place. If I want to go out, I will go there and wear. These days, see young girls, they will come out with telephones that they could not explain how they get it. It is their parents that, your phone fine, oh. Come now,
Buy for me too.
What are you, what do you really? So they are going through a lot.
Yes.
And that's why I go to the hospitals, kidney disease, liver problems. Those were strange illnesses and diseases.
Right?
Of course, you should know. You should know. Those are, but now you go to the hospital, 10, 11,
There's an
12,
outbreak
13, 14,
of kidney issues
because
now.
of abuse of the system. So they are going through
A lot.
without knowing. And there has to be a re-evaluation of our cultural values. Do you know what Indomie? You wake up in the morning, you eat starchy Indomie food, you take that same Indomie and Coke. Honestly, in our days, for you to take a bottle of Coke, you share the Coke to at least 7 persons in the house. 7. But today, every child is entitled to a bottle of water. You are dumping toxins in the child's system. Then later you say, oh, my neighbor don't do it.
Don't do me juju. Don't nag
you
me
see
one.
young girls these days with, what do you call it? Fibroid experiences. Those are strange things. So they're going through a lot. I'm sorry to say, but young people, male, female, even probably my children, because we live in a toxic environment. There is no, I'm here now. My daughter is at somewhere doing some summer
holiday.
Doing summer studies.
Okay, summer studies. Okay.
She came in from my own background. Other children coming from other background. Some violent, some cool, some
confused.
some confused. So it's unfortunate. Our children these days are going through
A lot. What has your experience been as a police officer? What is the unique thing about being a police officer?
Freedom. That is the highest thing God can give to you. the feeling of freedom. That is they say, in knowledge, they say something knowledge will be happiness that surpasses everything knowledge. You know, that happiness in peace that surpasses
all understanding.
All understanding. You know, they talk about it, but when you're a police officer, you have this feeling of there is no comma. Yes, I wanted to read law in University of Lagos, you know. So I applied for. I wanted to see the vice chancellor.
Second degree, of course, because you said you did your first one at Uniport, right?
I have law, and I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a first degree in law too.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, but I've not been to law school.
Okay.
So I went to University of Lagos. I wanted to see the vice chancellor to say, "Oh, please afford me the opportunity." There's something they call waivers in admission process. I said, "Give me the waiver." I was already a superintendent of police. You know, that's ego. I said, I was the commander mobile in Lagos then. So I said, "Sir, I'm the squadron commander mobile, 22 here. Give me the opportunity of coming to." I wanted to, at least to cajole him, use my circumstance to influence him. You know, but I could not go in uniform. So I went with my orderly. My orderly was a sergeant. So we went to the Senate building. We were there, and I told him before we entered the waiting room, I told him, "You see, now you then go send first because of this your uniform." And I'm telling you the truth, we were about 50 of us, Alajis, you know, people impressively dressed and all that. We were seated when the door opened for the secretary to start calling visitors. It was my sergeant Audley that he called me.
Your subordinate.
My subordinate. You know, so privileges. Today I'm here because I am a police officer.
Of course.
Although the social media is loud with you, that is just an aspect of privileges. But I am today here talking, getting interviewed, and even getting entertained. You understand me? Because I'm a police officer, and the police officer is like being, and you are an angel of society. But it also has to be defined by that society.
Yes.
By the grace of God. I've worked in African missions. I was attached to the United Nations. I was in Kosovo, in European mission. I was in Macedonia. I was in Darfur. I was in Liberia. I've seen it all. You know, I was CSO to Angelina Jolie. You know, famous, yes.
The Hollywood actress.
Oh, yeah. Wyclef Jean. When Wyclef came to Nigeria, I was in charge. The security was in me and Votron. Votron is one huge,
bouncer.
Unarmed bouncers. And I was the armed, privileges. I've seen it all. If Bob Marley was alive today, I think I would have had the privilege.
When I grow up, I hope to be like you, sir.
Okay, please. Grow quick.
I will, sir.
I want to make healthy living a culture in our society. The time to make exercise, sweat. That sweat is very important. Ibana garden, bela very natural food. Or if your body need it, just in your body to